You know, are we gonna say to Malcolm X? I have excerpts. I'll show you. I have the diary here of Malcolm X. Those people haven't read this diary, brother. The diary of Al-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz. They have not read his diary.
No, I'm not worried at all. I rely on God, Allah.
That's why I want to go back to like, and I want people to reflect, because I think too many people get their advice from people who read blogs and not books. You know, look at Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, for example. Here were people who endured far more racism than black people are enduring today. Like, not many things have changed, but they didn't have a lot of the policies in place to protect them that we have today. They didn't have social media or videos to record and have people outraged publicly about what they had to endure. But from day one, you could tell that these were very principled individuals, because they were always talking about Pan-Africanism. They were always talking about the global plight of poor people in the world, of impoverished people in the world. They were talking about not just what was happening to them, the brutality they were facing in the United States. You know, Muhammad Ali could have had a very easy job to go and they said you just have to go there and you can just be an entertainer when you to Vietnam. You don't have to fight. You're not going to be in danger's way. But he didn't even want to pander to that. Malcolm X, he was talking about the plight of the Muslim world. He was talking about Pan-Africanism. He was, you know, their ideas were different. They weren't just trying to give trending statements or just trying to get material benefit from this, you know, for their self, you know, to embolden themselves or to inflate their ego. Muhammad Ali didn't have a crazy shoe deal. Do you understand what I'm saying? He wasn't a brand ambassador. He wasn't a crazy brand ambassador that brands were fawning over to sponsor. They were actually running away from him. You know, and the fact that, you know, we sometimes forget that Muhammad Ali was a pariah until actually the Olympics, where they saw him raise the torch and they saw him in that frail condition. And then people started to retroactively say, hey, wait a minute, Muhammad Ali, actually, he was such a great principled person. And then you had movies come out with Will Smith and all of these other things. You have Malcolm X, again, same thing. Malcolm X was like a terrorist, according to the FBI. You know, because he was talking about worldwide causes. He was talking about principled causes. There are recordings released on YouTube that show when he was excommunicated from the Nation of Islam, that the FBI, he recorded this. It's on YouTube, if any of you are interested. He recorded the FBI agents telling him that they would pay him if he becomes an informant, because they understand that he has now been excommunicated from the Nation of Islam. Okay. And he's basically said, like, I understand you would be an idiot for you to think that, right? You know, he basically threw it at their faces. So you had people, and then now retroactively people are wearing like they're talking about Malcolm X and all of these different things, and there's Black Lives Matter, and they're posting hashtag trend. I'm like, read what these people actually did, what they actually stood up for, and how they, when they talked about racism, when they talked about justice, it wasn't from a very narrow, branded, corporatized viewpoint. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's distracting the Muslim community from doing anything significant, from doing anything that's nourishing to the soul.
What's your Dr. Syed, what's your thoughts on a claim which is quite, I've heard it a few times, that non-black Muslims try appropriating the legacy of Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali? Have you heard this one before?
Yes. Well, I would say then, don't speak for Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. That means you know what I mean? For those people who would say that, I don't think they've read Malcolm X's autobiography. I don't think they have read the diary of Malcolm X. I don't think they have read statements or heard statements and the rhetoric of somebody like Muhammad Ali, who was a person who was Ummah oriented. Absolutely. He was talking about the Palestinian issue. And we're not going to say, oh, Muhammad Ali, are you co-opting the struggle of the Palestinian plight? You know, are we gonna say to Malcolm X? I have excerpts. I'll show you. I have the diary. Those people haven't read this diary, brother. The diary of Al-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz. They have not read his diary. They haven't heard what he said about sharing the message of Islam, of all of us coming together. They didn't obviously understand the fact that he went to Ahl Sunnah. So he rejected black nationalism. He went towards Ahl Sunnah.
So the point. So I guess the slam dunk position is that what did they both? May Allah have mercy on them both. Die upon. They died upon normative Sunni Islam.
Yeah.
And that was what shaped their worldview.
Yes.
Do I feel that the New York police are providing enough protection, or do I have to have protection of my own? I look for protection from Allah.